Hey everyone, George here, the Disney Family Man, coming to you with another video. This is going to be another dining review, but before we get into that, I just wanted to say to everyone, thank you so much for your patience and waiting for me to be putting out these videos. I know it's been an on again, off again with my YouTube channel. There's just a lot that's been going on right now, crazy hours at work, and of course, I am the Disney Family Man, so family comes first. A lot of obligations and everything, and as I said, got to take care of my family. So I just want to just say thank you all for your patience and hanging in there with me. So now getting into the video, as I said, this is another dining review, and I thought I'd talk a little bit about kind of I was usually talking about my dining reviews of my latest trip at Walt Disney World, which I will. I have a lot of dining reviews for those, so just again, hang in there with me, folks. But I thought of coming over to the West Coast of a little trip that I had taken recently at Disneyland, and the only sit down that I was able to partake in during that trip was the Blue Bayou restaurant. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to give you my thoughts on that because I had never eaten at the Blue Bayou restaurant before. So it was just the immersive experience alone I was very excited for, to actually be dining in the Pirates of the Caribbean, or Caribbean, excuse me, Pirates of the Caribbean attraction where you could actually see the boats go by in the bayou while you're sitting and eating. So the atmosphere itself was spot on. Now, when it comes to the menu, there were some things that I was really excited for that I thought was on the money, and some things that I was not particularly happy with. So let's kind of start on a high note of the things that I actually enjoyed. I started off with a hurricane cocktail drink. It was very good. It was a mixed blend of, the alcohol with the type of juice, and all combined together, and it was very refreshing. And it's one of those drinks that can kind of creep up on you if you're not too careful. I actually had two of them, but fortunately for me, it didn't give me any kind of little extra buzz there, so I was still able to enjoy dinner and the rest of my trip out there, for which I do have to add too, when I dined in the Blue Bayou, I was invited by several of my friends and fellow YouTuber collaborators, Mr. Vash Sky and Orange Grove 55, along with Vash Sky's family. So, I mean, it was awesome just hanging out with my friends and their family and getting to know one another and just having a great meal. So I did have to actually add that in there as well, and a couple other special friends as well. So anyway, getting back to the meal. Now, my friend Vash Sky got the, I think it was like a roasted chicken, I believe. I don't know the exact title of it, and unfortunately I don't have a picture of that, but he was gracious enough to give me a taste of his chicken to see how, and it was actually really good. It actually had and not to make it sound like a knockoff, but it was sort of like a rotisserie chicken that you get off of a spit, like when you go to like a market district type of restaurant and you go to the hot foods, but on a much grander scale. I'm not trying to dummy it down here, but it was good in a sense. The seasoning, the crispiness on the outside of the skin, the juiciness of the chicken on the inside. It honestly kind of reminded me of It Tastes Like Chicken at the Skipper Canteen at Walt Disney World, minus the breading, if it was just the chicken rotisserie style. So that was really good. I also enjoyed the chicken, I believe it was the chicken gumbo. That was really good. As far as that was just an appetizer. And I tell you what, I ended up getting two of those. That's how good it was. And the thing with that is with gumbo, it could either be, it's not the best gumbo I've ever had, but I mean, for the price value and for how much you get out of it, I do wish that it was a little bit bigger, and I think that's probably why I wanted to, because it wasn't enough to quench my taste for it because it was so good. So I had to order two. I wish it was a little bit bigger, but I digress. It was still a very good starter with the meal. Now, going to my main course, I was kind of going back and forth of what I wanted to get, and I thought, well, I'll get the Blue Bayou signature Monte Cristo sandwich, for which I have had before, but I had it at Cafe Orleans. And at the time that I had it in Cafe Orleans was back in 2019 when I went out for the D23 Expo. And it was a pretty sizable sandwich for that price with the dipping sauces and the powdered sugar on top of it with the melted cheese inside with the ham and the turkey and what have you. When I ordered it this time, it was very different. First of all, the scale of the sandwich itself. You would think you would have found it at the Pym Test Kitchen because it definitely did shrink. And the pastry of it wasn't like a sandwich. It was more like it was not like how usually you get it like of a bread or like a croissant type sandwich, like where it's together. This was like a puff pastry where it was like baked inside. And when you tasted the sandwich, or in fact when I tasted the sandwich, it had a different distinct taste. The taste wasn't bad, but I knew it wasn't the actual taste of what the Monte Cristo sandwich used to be. There was something different about it, and we just couldn't put our fingers on it, and I was trying to describe it as much as I possibly could. But it turns out that there are other restaurants, quick service restaurants around the Disneyland Resort that do sell the Monte Cristo sandwiches, but they haven't done before. So it came to my attention that there was a possibility that these Monte Cristo sandwiches were already pre-packaged, pre-frozen, heat them up, put them on a plate. That was the speculation, and that was pretty much what we thought it would be, because if you're going to have a quick service, that never sold these Monte Cristo sandwiches before, and it takes a process to make them properly, then, to get them out quick, hence the name quick service, there's something different about them. And after it kind of was brought to my attention, it registered in my head to say, you know what, the taste was not bad, but you could tell the difference when something is fresh and when something is prepackaged. And that's exactly what I got. And I couldn't put my hand on it of what it was, but after it was, as I said, after it was brought to my attention that there's a possibility that they could be pre-frozen, pre-packaged, reheated, that's what it came to be. As I said, the atmosphere, the immersive experience inside the Pirates of the Caribbean attraction and what have you, that was great. Just being with my friends and having a good time and talking and laughing, that was absolutely awesome. Certain aspects of the meal were really, really on a high note, but there are certain things, especially with the Monte Cristo sandwich, especially since that was a signature dish that was specifically for the Blue Bayou. That's where it all started, in New Orleans Square. I can't justify the price of what you're putting out as to what you can be getting somewhere else. Like, as I said before, it was the gumbo was really good. The chicken was really good. Would I want more of it? Yes. But you get less of it for a higher price. And I can't compare the Blue Bayou prior to this, because as I said, I've never eaten at the Blue Bayou before. So I could only go by what it is now. But let me know in the comments down below, if you have eaten at the Blue Bayou restaurant before, what was your experience with it as opposed to my first time experience just dealing with it now, after the shutdown, after reopening? What was it prior to that? Was there any differences, any similarities? Please let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and as always, stay healthy, stay safe, stay Disney. Bye, everybody.